Hi, I'm Dan, and in this video you are going to learn hopefully how to play that rhythm that you just heard me playing. It is from a song called Valerie by Amy Winehouse. It's from a good few years ago now, but it's one of those songs where when the song starts with the drums and the bass guitar, you just instantly know which song it is. Okay, you'll have heard it on the radio. Great song to learn. If you're a total beginner, slow it right down. It's really worthwhile learning this rhythm. If you are a bit more advanced, then obviously learn it, because we can bring it up to tempo. Tempo means speed, remember, and play it hopefully in time with the track. Okay, the music is going to appear above my head. There we go. And we are going to take a look at beat 1. Okay, so the first beat. Before we start this, what I will say is the hi-hats, okay, have to be almost robotic. They go the same speed, they go the same distance apart, okay, all the way through. Whether you're playing slowly or quickly, they've got to be the same distance apart. If you find you're playing this rhythm and the hi-hats go, for example, that's not right, okay? Got to be the same distance apart all the time. Okay, let's get started. Beat 1, hi-hat and bass drum together. Okay, fairly straightforward. Most of you should be able to do that by now. So hi-hat and a bass drum together. If we look at beat 2, we've got a hi-hat and a snare drum together. So let's try that. After 4, 3, 4, bass, snare. Okay, I'm just going to say bass and snare, but with that I mean obviously with a hi-hat as well. Okay, so we've got bass drum and a hi-hat, snare drum and a hi-hat. Now in between the second and third hi-hat, you will see a bass drum underneath, and it's in between them both. Okay, so that's going to go on 2 and. So we've got 1, 2 and. So that bass drum goes by itself. Okay, let's try that after 4, 3, 4. 1, 2 and. Right, now let's take a look at beat 3. Beat 3 has 2 bits of information within it. We've got a hi-hat on beat 3, and after that we've got a bass drum by itself on 3 and. What I will say is, at this point, underneath the third hi-hat, we've got what looks a bit like a posh number 7. That is half a beat rest, or an 8th note rest, or a quaver rest. They're all the same thing, okay? Because we've got a hi-hat above it, we can ignore it, okay? It's because the bass drum and snare drum parts are treated separately to the hi-hat parts at the top, okay? So let's try and put those notes together. We've got, after 4, 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3 and. Okay, so 1, 2 and 3 and. Feel free to pause this video at any point while you practice these little sections, because we're going to build up to hopefully the whole rhythm by the end, okay? Let's try that one more time. After 4, 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3 and. Now we're up to beat 4, okay? So we're nearly at the end of the first bar. Beat 4 is a snare drum and a hi-hat together to finish this bar, okay? So let's try that. After 4, 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, even slower. 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3 and 4. Remember, these hi-hats, no matter what tempo you're going at, need to be the same distance apart. So if you're going fast, if you're going slow. Okay, brilliant. Right, we are at the end of bar 1, and this is a 2-bar repeating pattern, so we're nearly there. We're halfway through this rhythm, or groove if you want to call it a groove, okay? The beginning of bar 2 starts with a hi-hat by itself, okay? Again, we've got a rest underneath. Ignore it because we've got the hi-hat above. In between the first and second hi-hat, we've got a bass drum on its own. So bar 2 goes like this. 1 and. Okay, now we're going to go back to the very, very beginning and try and get to that point there. So from the beginning, we've got after 4, 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and. Okay. Let's try it again. 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, and. After that, we're going to add in a hi-hat and a snare drum together on beat 2 of bar 2. Okay, we're nearly there. The end is dead easy compared to the rest of this. So, let's try again. After 4, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, and 2. Okay, now as you're probably guessing, if you're looking at the music, beats 3 and 4 of the last bar, bar 2, are a bass drum and a hi-hat together, 3, and then a hi-hat and a snare drum together for beat 4. 4. Okay, so if we put that all together slowly, we've got this. After 4, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, and 2, 3, 4. Did you get that? Practice it, pause this video if not, try it a few times. So let's try again. After 4, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, and 2, 3, 4. Okay, hopefully if you've got that, what I want you to do now is increase the tempo slightly and keep increasing it, but don't jump from a slow tempo all the way to try to get it at the speed of the track, because it's going to be too much of a jump and you might hit a few mistakes, okay? Or make a few mistakes, sorry. What I want you to do is just build up the speed slowly. Now I'd prefer it if you did the 2-bar pattern at a slightly faster speed, then try to get it at a faster speed, rather than starting and then speeding up as you're going, because that might get you into a bad habit where you then start speeding up during songs or when you're playing in general, okay? If we go a little bit faster, after 4, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, and 2, 3, 4. Now the tempo of the actual track is 212 beats per minute. You could half that and play slightly faster, but I prefer to teach 212 because then your hi-hat can stay in time with the clicks, which sounds like this. So our hi-hats are going to go in time with that click. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's turn that annoying sound off. Right, that is basically the tempo that you're aiming for. So 212. It's called a metronome. You can get free apps on phones, iPads, tablets, whatever. Just put in the numbers 212, okay? And that brings us to the end of this lesson. What I will mention is, if you are even more advanced, this rhythm should be slightly swung, okay? Which means, if we take the beat 2 and 3, for example, that bass drum is written exactly in between, okay? What we want to try and do is move it slightly closer to beat 3, okay? So instead of going, we're going slightly, but obviously up to tempo. Okay, just try it, but don't get too hung up on that for this moment in time. Keep practicing and good luck, and see you in the next video.